So September's challenge on the Dina Wakley Media Tribe Facebook group is circles, and I thought I would have a play today using some of my Dina Wakley paints in my Dina Wakley multi-surface journal and have a bit of a messy play. So I've pulled out some colours that I want to work with. So I have 3 cools, I have 2 warmish. Now obviously purple kind of mixes between the two, and I've got a white accent colour. So we've got ruby, blackberry and white, and in the cools I've got turquoise, lime and ocean. So I'm going to start off with the darker colours first. I'm going to start off with the purple and the red, so the blackberry and the ruby. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put some spots of colour on the page, and then using a spatula I'm going to drag them down. I'm liking it already. Now purple isn't my favourite colour. It's my least favourite colour out of every single one to use. I do occasionally wear purple, but not very often. So, but mixing it with a nice vibrant red like that works absolute wonders for me. I love that already. So I'm going to give that a blast with the heat gun. Okay, so that's now completely dry. Didn't take very long at all. And I'm going to bring in the ocean. And I'm going to do the same thing again, but this time I'm going to do some little dots of that. And then I'm going to drag those down over. I only want flashes of that colour. And I love the way that kind of lays on top of that existing colour. And I've cleaned my spatula, look. There's not a lot of paint coming off there at all, that's perfect. Give that a blast. So I'm loving that already, but okay, I have some bubble wrap, some buble wrap. I'm just going to cut a little piece off, and I'm going to use that for some mark making. And I'm going to use it in white. So I'm going to take some of the Dina Wakley white acrylic, and I'm going to put a little bit on my craft mat here. And then I'm just going to push the bubble wrap into that paint, lift it off, as you can see, and then I'm going to lay that on top of here, but from the white coming in to the colour. And do the same thing down here. And then squish it again, pick some more paint up. So this is the first time the first circle motif is going to start to appear on the page. Looking good. So one more, I think. and then I'll grab a baby wipe and clear this up. I'm going to do it just coming off the page here. Excellent. Me likey. Okay, because bubble wrap is everywhere, I'm not even going to bother washing it, I'm just going to throw it straight away. I have lots and lots of bubble wrap, so I don't really need to keep washing it and saving it for future use. It's a bit like tissue paper, kitchen roll, that kind of thing. Screw it up and throw away. Right, I need to get that dry, so quick blast. Okay, I've put the page to one side, or the journal to one side for a second. Then I have a sheet of book text that was sent to me in Happy Mail. As you can see, it's quite old, nicely foxed and yellowing around the edges, and smells wonderful. So I'm going to just punch. I may have to just take off some of that bottom. This is a 2-inch circle punch. And I want 3 circles. I've got some scissors there, haven't I? So, no, I could just tear it, but I'll probably keep this page again for another use. Okay, so I have 3 circles. That to one side. And I want to stick these down onto my art journal page. So I have a brush, Mod Podge, and then I'm going to stick these down. My Mod Podge is nearly out, so I'm going to put the first one over here. That's number 1. Number 2. This bottle is nearly empty. It really is. I'm going to put about here. And the third one, I'm going to Mod Podge all over my fingers now. I'm going to put down here, so it breaks up this corner. Okay, so that's stuck. So I need to make sure that's nice and dry. It's cleaning off the Mod Podge from his fingers. So I'll give that another quick blast. Okay, so now they're all nice and dry. I'm bringing out a Mitsubishi Signo white opaque rollerball pencil. I'm just going to add some journaling around the tops, or top, bottom and top again there, to follow the flow around. So okay, don't have to actually read it, but what it says is, like a merry-go-round, or sorry, like a roller coaster merry-go-round, my life just keeps going round in circles. So that's just a little bit of journaling in the background. Give it a blast, make sure it's dry, because this will disappear under the next few layers. But the journaling is still there. So now that's had a blast from the heat gun, it should be dry now. There's nothing coming up off my fingers, which is perfect. So it's time to bring in those other 2 colours now. So this is the lime. So I'm going to put a spot of the lime just there one on top and another one down there at the bottom. And again, using the spatula, like in that. Give it a quick blast. And then the final colour is the turquoise. So again, just add in a little spot onto the page, and then introduce in a little bit of that colour. Now, have you noticed I've only gone up and down? I've never actually gone sideways. I'm just keeping that same movement throughout the entire of the page. You can mix it up and go that way if you want to, and go that, you know, vertically as well as horizontally. But I decided I was just going to go vertically on this page. It's just a choice. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just what I wanted to do. Okay, so again, bringing back that white. Now we have our dots of the bubble wrap there, but I want to introduce some more now we've done this bit. So I'm going to have a little bit more of that paint on. He says, reaching for that bubble wrap that he threw in the bin earlier, which is still there. So I decided that I'm going to use the same one, even though I do have a spare piece here. It was just lying there on the top of the bin, so why not? On top of the trash. So now we've got that. I'm going to bring that down here. So just we've got a touch of that white breaking in, and then I'm going to add some of that over here. And it just helps to pull it all together and blend from the white into the page. It draws your eye in. I'm going to go just on the edge there. I'm going to go over this one again, because it does seem to have faded back quite a lot. I'm not bothered about lining it up exactly. It'll probably fade back again, but that's okay. There we go. Happy with that. Okay, heat gun. Quick clean up. Okay, so that's all nice and dry. Now, what I decided is I want to just add in a little bit of detailing down here. So I'm going to use the Dina Wakley Affirmations stencil, which you can see mine is well loved, to just add a little bit of text. So I have replenished the white paint here on my craft mat, and I have a cosmetic sponge that I'm going to use for my stenciling. I'm just going to load up that sponge. I don't want a lot. Just want a couple of bits of writing to be visible, just to give you that hint that there's something more going on underneath. See? Just a tad. That's all I want. just to get that little bit of depth into the page, so there's a little bit more interest drawing the eye around. So we've got the movement of the circles, we've got the movement of the text over the top, underneath, and then back over the top again, and then we've got that visual triangle of the stenciling going across there. So there's lots of movement in the page. So just give that a quick clean up and a quick blast, and then I think we're ready to do the final bit. Okay, all dry. So next, jet black carver ink from Ranger. I have an acrylic block which is very, very old, extremely well loved, was originally clear. You can see how old it is now. And then I'm bringing back in, I've just used, this is a newish stamp, so I've had it for a while, but I've never actually used it until the last few days. I created some cards with this, which will probably be at the end of the video in the last upload. So if you want to see those, then just click on that to watch it. So I'm going to use these. I'm going to use this one, and I think I'm going to use this image here. So just these three. So first of all, I'll peel off that one and then give that an ink up. And these are kind of scribbly images, so it doesn't matter if you don't get them perfect. And I'm going to stamp over that circle. So we've just got that image there. Do have a quick wash. I did have some kitchen towel. That will do. Let's not go mad with the cleaning. And then the next one that we said we would use, again, ink up. And then do that one in the middle, just slightly off. Cool. And then the final one, come on off the sheet. Tell her they've never been used before. Come on. You have to struggle to get them off. There we go. I suppose it really matters how you ink it up. Stamp to ink, ink to stamp, either way. And then I'm going to bring that one in and do that one just on the edge of that circle there. This one looks kind of Mona Lisa. Do you think? She has that look about her. Whether it's intentional on Dina's part. Cool. I am happy with that. So I'll have a quick tidy up, a quick dry, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so everything is now dry, and I just wanted to add a little bit of a quote onto the page, but I didn't want to add too much, so I wanted something very, very small that would just sit there. Now I was going to just add it around about here. So I've had a look through, these are the Tim Holtz clipping stickers, and I was looking for something perfect, and I found this one right at the bottom here, look, and it just says a little bit of everything. And I think that's actually quite perfect for this page. But I think actually I'm going to put it up here, because her shoulders kind of end abruptly there, whereas these kind of disappear and blend, if you know what I mean. And just adding that there just gives it that kind of extra touch. And I think it was quite apt, because I have used a lot on this page. 6 colours if you include the white, as well as the circle motif, so circle, circle, and the stamps too, and the stencil. So a little bit of everything. So there you go. So all I'm going to do now is to grab my pen and my date stamp, and today is 16th today, is it? Yes, the 16th today. So September 9, so down 5, 6. No, that's not going to work, right, is it? Let's grab that jet black and I'll just test what that actually says. It's difficult to see. It's 16th of September, yeah. It's difficult to see it upside down and back to front. So I'm just going to date that down at the bottom there, sidewards. And then I'll just sign it, providing this pen still works. Here we go. Page done. So I hope you enjoyed that little bit of a play in the Dina Wakley multi-surface journal. It's nice to be able to just play around with colour sometimes and throw in a few colours that you don't normally like to play with, just to kind of keep it fresh and challenging. So if you did enjoy that, please remember to give it a thumbs up, share the video with all your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. That's all from me for now. I will see you all again real soon. Bye for now.